Greetings everyone and welcome back to Timberborn, where we are racing against the clock right now because our water supply is about to be blown to bits. And unfortunately, that's not really our only problem because you see the next water supply is all the way over here in this corner. Come on. How on earth are we gonna get to that? I would say it's really unrealistic for us to, collect the water over here. So we're gonna use this terrain to our advantage. It looks like the map maker had some plans for us after all. Yeah, we're also going to have this bad water source, activating on us. So that means we definitely need to separate these two. Okay. I'm gonna get myself an industrial pile over here. Yeah, this is gonna have logs which are gonna be obtained and prioritized by haulers. And what this is gonna let us do is build stuff over here, without any headaches. Yeah, I'm also gonna build another one for planks right now because we're gonna need some platforms over here as well, just like that. And this is going to let us cross over and come up here. And now the real question, how on earth do we fill this place up with good water? We can probably block this back here, but also if we just block it over here, like if we just raise the level up, so one layer of levees and then one layer of dams, yeah, that is going to be able to fill this place up. Oh, we have people stranded. What's going on? Why are you stranded? How on earth did you get there? There's two people here. What? Okay, we're gonna save you guys. This is gonna be a rescue operation. And yeah, I do want a row of dynamites over here as well. Since, we got a huge pile of dynamites over here, so we might as well use them. Yeah, if I can somehow, get this dynamite thing working and this water flows down here, that would be great because that means we can collect it over here instead of all the way back there. Yeah, so this is a win-win solution unless I missed something major over here. I don't think I did. Yeah, having these materials here is an insane boost. There we go. Now, these dynamites are not going to be a problem. They're like 1 explosives each. What is going to be a problem, though, is if we build something back here. Yeah. How on earth do we do this? I mean, technically, if I just use some science over here to make a suspension bridge, just the smallest one possible to make it quick, yeah, that is going to let me build these 2 blocks over here. And we're going to be able to do this with 2 blocks instead of 3. All right, that's the dynamite's done. I'm not going to destroy this right away. I just want to be completely sure that this works, okay? And we still have like 8 days left, so this is actually going really well. Yeah, all of my haulers were busy bringing stuff over here, and that meant, everything else back here was just not powered. The steam engine wasn't being prioritized at all. It should be. I'm going to prioritize this by haulers. And what I've done is disable the prioritization over here as well as, obtaining. They're just going to accept stuff now because I'm pretty sure we're good to go. Yeah, we're safe. Both of these are going to be done. We have like a week left. This means I had way more time than I thought I did. Yeah, this bad water source is going to just divert itself off the map this way. But there is another bad water source activating as well, which is this one. And this one is the more annoying one because, yeah, it's going to join our water and it's going to flow down here. And we only have like 2 dams over here for all of that water to go through. So this might be a problem. I might just increase the number of dams I have over here. There we go. That's going to be the final levee over here. And that means we no longer have to worry about all of this water. Let's blow up these dynamites. Lovely. Now we are the Ember Bells, and that usually means that we don't want to get wet. So maybe, just maybe we should be careful, Oh yeah, we're going to dig another trench over here. And basically, the point of this is just to make sure that we don't get wet, okay? We don't get ourselves wet. So the water should ideally come back here instead of flowing that way, I hope. And we should be able to collect it over here. So if I make an automated water pump, we do have the materials for this. And it doesn't need beavers, right? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? Maybe it just won't work and we will all die. It needs 75 horsepower. What happens if I place a compact water wheel over here? It's gonna be 75 as well. Yeah, let's do it. Let's power this with the water and then we're gonna harvest the water up. Okay, if I'm being honest, then this feels insane right now. If this works, just if this works. Oh my god, we don't have to spend our beavers to do this stuff then. Okay, and honestly, even if this doesn't work, then we don't really have that much of a problem right now. Yeah, our water is going up. So worst case scenario, we just destroy these and move them over here. I wonder how much water that can collect per day though. Like, it is faster than a single one of these pumps. But more importantly, yeah, it can work 24/7 and it doesn't need the beavers over there. Yeah, but it not having a beaver might also be a drawback because that means, my haulers need to come and empty it out. So I should probably prioritize this by haulers. Just a couple of platforms over here. Yeah, we're gonna build a dam over there and we're gonna build another one of these just so we can have another automated water pump as well. There we go. Boom goes the dynamite. And in just one more day, this place should start collecting some water for us. There we go. Those are our second water sources gone for good. Oh my god. Is there a water source back here now? No, there isn't. There really isn't. And you guys, yeah, you guys are done. There's no point in having these buildings here anymore. Even the water tank can just go away. We're gonna be able to get that water. It's gonna be in here. It doesn't look like there's water in there. Yeah, we somehow managed to store some water in these things over here. So that's about 300 water, which will be moved to the rest of our colony. And let's take a look at this place and see if this is working. It does look like it is. Okay, there is some water escaping over here, and I really don't like that. So let's stop that from happening by just building these two levees. The reason I don't like it is because, yeah, it lowers the power that we can make over here. So if I want to make another one of these automated water pumps, I can't. Which I probably should, by the way. Just like that. Yeah, they're hella expensive, but they're hella useful as well. Hopefully with this second water pump done, we're not gonna have any more water issues, but it seems like we still don't have any water issues. Alright, now that we have solved our water problems, let's focus back on our colony and take a look at what we have. Okay, so that's gonna be the apple trees over here, as well as, the maples. The maple is going to be done with a dapper's shack, and the apples is going to be with a harvester, right? Oh, a gatherer flag. Oh man, those are two separate people. All right, so there's going to be a gatherer flag over here. And what can we do with the apples? Can you guys just eat the apples raw? I think you can, right? Yeah, but I have been informed that I completely ignored a huge thing over here. Look at this stuff. I can convert 2 apples to 3 apple juices. And the apple juice will then satisfy thirst as well as nutrition. Isn't that insane? Yeah, so let me just make another room over here for another press. And you guys are gonna be making apple juice for me, please. And honestly, yeah, store it in this medium tank over here. Lovely. What is the power situation over here? Yeah, now that we blocked that area off, all this water goes down here. And we're basically making double the power, which makes sense because, yeah, half the water was going that way. I think we're gonna need to start doing some automation because there's a lot of buildings that are just sitting idle or that I have actually disabled manually, such as this grill over here. Yeah, since I don't really have any extract right now, we're gonna have to do this manually. I need you guys to build these 3 dynamites over here so that we can explode this first of all, and then we can fit a couple of vertical power shafts over here, a normal power shaft back there, which we can cover with a platform, of course, and connect this back over here. Yeah, so basically what this is going to let us do is transfer power from this block over to this block over here. And now if I try to build a centrifuge right here, yep, it's connected to that power network. As you can see, all of those buildings get highlighted. Okay, that is going to be extract done, and we're still going to need some bad water. So where on earth should I place a bad water pump though? Yeah, we're going to have lots of bad water back here. So let's just, place the pump over here. And we should be able to automate this a little bit better. So depth sensor, I believe. Yeah, basically only activate if we have bad water flowing over here, which is going to be more than 0.1. And then the bad water pump can automate based on this depth sensor over here. So for now it's going to be paused, but when we have bad water flowing down here, yeah, that's going to turn on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, I should not have destroyed that water storage back here. Yeah, let's put down a storage over here and change this to be bad water. There we go. Our automated water pumps are working perfectly now. And oh, surprisingly, we didn't have any overflow issues over here, right? Yeah, the 2 dam blocks over here have been more than enough for this flow. Yeah, but if I'm being honest, then I don't trust this at all. We're gonna replace these levees with dams properly, like all of them, since we don't have wood problems anymore, So we can actually do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this during the night when the beavers aren't over here on this side. Okay, since we have extract, we can start automating stuff. A memory node over here and 2 resource counters is basically all we need. So when apples are more than 90%, and when apples are less than 25%. Sorry, not apples, apple juice. Apple was just first in the list, so it was selected by default. Activate when it's below 25%, and then reset when it's at 90%. Yeah, easy peasy. And we're gonna rename this to apple juice needed, because why not? Anyway, so this apple juice press is gonna automate based on this memory node. And that is gonna be it for this fella. Alright, it's night right now. I know you guys can't tell because I had to disable night mode over here. Night mode? What's that? No, I didn't disable night mode. I just, locked the sun in place so that I can keep recording the game without having to wait for daytime to explain something. It distracts from the normal process of recording stuff, and I'm pretty sure this is not enough trees for what I want. Definitely. And this gatherer does have access to this entire section. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a temporary forester right now. Actually, that guy can just go over there. We're gonna plant apple trees everywhere. Yeah. And then we're gonna just destroy this forester once his job is done. Oh, there's a golden beaver somewhere. I saw one. Yeah, there we go. Hello, sir. Let me click on you. Oh, interesting. The beavers with the special skins and stuff also have names. So that is Paddy. This is something else you guys mentioned. I'm gonna need someone to explain the lore over here. And I'm gonna pin that comment so that everyone else can know why these beavers have special skins. Okay, my automation over here has been bested. We don't have any apples. So I'm gonna need another resource counter and a relay. The first of its kind on this map. Yeah, you sir are gonna find apples for me, and if they're greater than or equal to 2. Lovely. And then this relay is gonna only turn on if this memory node is on and if we actually have apples available. Yeah, you can no longer be called juice needed. Yeah, because that is now gonna be controlled by this relay instead. Lovely. So now it's off. It's off because we don't have any apples. When's the next apple gonna come in? It's gonna be forever. So that's good. We have an extra beaver during that time. Wait a second. If they're all gonna just drink juice, then is this water useless now? I mean, it's pretty useful for irrigation purposes, so we're gonna continue using it for that. What other juices can we make? Let's take a look. This episode is gonna be the juice episode where we're just gonna be making all the juice on the planet. We can make tomato juice and we can make... Oh, this is multiple stuff. Oh, we can also make corn juice. Oh, that one needs water. Water is finally useful. Yeah, how about we set up another one of these farms? But first, we're gonna increase our population because this is fun. And it's gonna get even more fun with more beavers. The more, the merrier. So let's go. Okay, while you guys work on that, I wanna know what we need for, the super duper movement stuff. Yeah, the tubeways. A small tubeway station. Why would you ever build the bigger ones if you have the small one, right? Yeah, so we're gonna start over here and then we're gonna spread these out everywhere using tunnels because I'm pretty sure... Oh, the tubeway tunnel is expensive though. 2.4k. Oh, and we also don't have a means to make dynamites right now. Yeah, I need to build the explosive factory for that. Yeah, that's gonna have to be next. And I guess this is as good a time as any to start, building these things over. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work because it's not connected to a path. Oopsie daisy. Alright, so we're just gonna be setting up some automation over here with some memory nodes since we have those unlocked now. The right side over here is gonna be the trigger condition when the memory node gets activated, and the left side is what disables it. So we're gonna activate when resources fall below 20% and then stay activated until they get back to 90%. And that usually works without problems. I'm missing something over here though. Oh, I'm missing explosives. Now, this lumber mill can be automated based on that memory node, and then we can just copy these settings over to the other lumber mill. We're gonna do the same to the gear workshop as well. They're paused right now because I believe these are not finished, right? Is that why? Why is nothing being built right now? Oh, because you guys are building this. Oops. My bad. Well, good timing though, because yeah, we get to see everything in action. Alright, we're gonna need lots of corn to make some corn juice. We're gonna need tomatoes as well. Tomato juice is also a thing. Then I believe it's... yeah, radishes and beets are the only ones left. Yeah, so let's get both of those over here as well. I do want to clear this place up though. Yeah, because I want a path right down in the middle over here. There we go. Our automation facility is being built. And this is actually going to bring our industry back to life as well. Yeah, because nothing was being built while this wasn't ready. Something has gone wrong. Oh, the gear workshop can't be built because, yeah, fellas, don't automate your buildings until this stuff is already done. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like me, recording a time lapse and not knowing what went wrong. There we go. Now this is telling us that we actually need gears. So when both of these are on, we need that stuff. When that side is on, yeah, you can like hold off on that. Okay, what if we want to make some corn juice as well? Oh my god, we're gonna have to make so much of this stuff. I want to be extra. Yeah, we're gonna expand and take over this entire place. Even if bad water is flowing under our feet, we don't care, okay? We don't care about the bad water down there. This automation may seem useless right now, but it's gonna really help when we have like an entire factory just making juices for us, okay? That's gonna happen down the road. Fellas, I have unlocked the best building in the game. This one. Why is it the best building in the game? Because it has just space for so many beavers. It's a whopping 18 at a time. It's just crazy, people. Crazy, I tell you. Also, that is not how building supports work. Okay, I want to talk about something because like if you see this building being constructed over here, then you may have noticed that I'm playing this faction really differently than how I usually play the game, because normally I'm like really careful with how many beavers I have. I keep it really low and I only increase the number of beavers I have if I really have to. Well, I'm not doing that over here. This is so fun. I cannot explain why, but it just is. Look at me. I'm going mad. Just completely mad with these buildings over here, I tell ya. When have I ever done this? I've never done this in all of my playthroughs. I love these guys so much. Oh my god. Okay, I need to take a look at the actual well-being requirements over here. You guys do need grilled corns, all right, and grilled bell peppers as well. Okay, let us do that right now. Because I'm pretty sure we do have bell peppers planted somewhere, right? No, I don't. I really don't. Yeah, we're gonna plant some then. We're gonna plant some over here and over here as well. Okay, this forester is done planting this area. I'm gonna continue planting the maple trees over here, as well as some apple trees back here. And then we can retire this person. Okay, we are starting to stockpile the juices right now. What's next? What is next, people? Oh my god, I have so many jobless beavers. Let's have more haulers then. Okay, and since we have everything that we need, that means we can start working, yeah, on our tubeway network. What are the buildings that we're gonna need for this though? We're gonna need the tubeway tunnel and these bridges as well. Oh my god, these bridges look amazing. Okay, small tubeway station. Let's start with the small tubeway station, and you can go... Where was that spot that I wanted it at? Over here. We're also going to make a couple more tubeway stations over here, and I can't help but notice there's no vertical tubeway, but it just goes everywhere by default. I love that. I love that so much. Now the good thing about tubeways is that we don't really have to connect the path over here. This is still connected down there, but that bothers me a lot. And I know someone told me that this is not a good idea, because doing this is going to create circular paths, okay? And that is really difficult for matchmaking to figure out. Matchmaking? Pathfinding. Do I care though? I don't. We're gonna worry about late game, end game optimizations when we get there, okay? Until then, we are just gonna unlock this tubeway tunnel and go ham. Because what I want you guys to do is make an underground tubeway right underneath this path over here. Thank you. This is all gonna take forever to get built, right? Because yeah, we don't have planks over here. We're actually running out of logs as well. Look at that graph, it's just going down, man. You know what that means? We need another farm. And this time, maybe I just make it fully for wood. Okay, how do I use this forester to plant trees up here? Alright, if this was hard mode and a faction that wasn't so amazing, then what I would do is, you know, destroy this stuff and redo it to make it more optimized. But no people. We are gonna keep stuff organic. We're playing organically and we're gonna keep it organic. We're gonna build stuff that we need, and that's basically it. Later on in the future, this is going to be like a nice little pathway. We're not gonna be ruining anything. that we've already built, unless we absolutely have to. For example, we couldn't really maintain a farm down here, so I had to get rid of it. The game made me get rid of it. All right, we're gonna have a lumberjack right here, and then we're gonna have like a nice little path back here for no reason. There's absolutely no reason for that path to be there. Oh, maybe there is. Ooh, because if I make a staircase right here, yeah, this staircase over here is gonna make it possible for this forester and these lumberjacks to access both of these areas. We should probably also connect the path back here because, you know, aesthetics are important sometimes. Not all the time though. Plus, I'm starting to like the idea of these larger lumber mills. Yeah, let's just place one back here and we can just automate this based on the same condition as the other ones. Yeah, guess who's had the smelter paused all this time? No wonder I wasn't able to build anything. Oh my god. Incredibly dumb of me. There we go. Now that we have a metal worker, stuff is actually getting done. Wait a second. These fellas can build stuff up here without needing to reach it. Yeah. I love this faction even more now. Okay, we've got our apple juice and corn juice, right? What's the third one? The third one was tomato juice, and there was another one as well. Beeten radish juice, I believe. So we're gonna make another steam generator, and this time around, yeah. Oh, vertical power shaft tunnel is once more unaffordable for me, sadly. Okay, I'm gonna have to move these over a little bit. Yeah, the regular tunnel is also unaffordable, so we're just gonna do 3 dynamites once more. Okay, so these are gonna be exploding. Oh my god, that beaver nearly died. Holy moly. We're gonna make a platform, and this is gonna be the same stuff as usual. 2 vertical power shafts, and then a regular power shaft down there. And now we can just place our buildings on top of this area. One of them for the beet juice, and the other one for the tomato juice. Lovely. One of these days I'm gonna need a building that just serves all kinds of juices instead of just one. I dream for the day when Timberborn has a restaurant in it, so that all the food gets gathered up for everyone to eat. Okay, we have extra beavers and we have... Wait a second, we don't have enough food for everyone to eat. Yeah, I'm just looking at this right now and we have nowhere close to having enough food. Oh no, what have I done? We're gonna need another farm and we are gonna make radishes, okay? Lots and lots of radishes, because radishes are the fastest to grow. Yeah, this fella over here is supposed to turn corn into lots of juice. Okay, a big part of me just wants a couple more of these buildings because it feels like we don't have enough juice, even though we should be turning all of this corn into juice right now. Yeah, but do we even have enough corn in the first place? There's a harvest going on over here. I don't think we do. Oh my god, I almost forgot. Yeah, this water source over here is gonna explode. I don't know when, but it's gonna. Yeah, so we need to be extra careful about, you know, where we're expanding. Yeah, we're still gonna make another farm, okay? Do we have enough signs for a monument? Yes, we do. Do we have enough logs for a monument? No, we do not. So we're not gonna unlock that. Okay, currently, the only source of juices for these people is like all the way down here. Yeah, we're only going to need like 4 tanks in total. And I do want a nice spot for these though. A nice spot where everything is reachable for everyone. This is gonna fit 3. And we can get rid of this small tank because, yeah, the juices also work for the thirst. And then these can be set to obtain so that the haulers bring stuff over here. Also, beeten radish juice reminds me of something else that's, you know, not a food over here, which is supposed to be the ABC juice. Apple, beets, and carrots, I believe. Yeah, that's a yummy juice. I love drinking that. Oh, there's a bat tide. I don't care about that, right? Wait a second, are there bat tide drains in this map? I suddenly care about bat tides as long as there is a drain here somewhere. Yeah, I don't see one unless there's one behind this thing, which would be utterly evil. Yeah, don't do that, Mr. Mapmaker. Do not do that to me. But yeah, apart from that, I think we're golden. I do want to get rid of this bad water though, because it is kind of annoying, and if I can just drain it off the map, that would be lovely. Which I believe is something that I'm gonna do right now, even if it takes forever. So we're gonna come all the way back here, just over there. We're gonna build some stairs, and we're gonna unlock the triple dynamites. Yup. Wait a second, we don't need to drain it that way. I'm dumb. If I just go underground over here, yeah, right at this spot, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's this place, which, yeah, just drains off the map. I forgot where it was. So triple dynamite right here. All right, that's gonna be the first of the 2 triple dynamites. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be enough. Yep, let's just see how many more we need. I can't tell if that's 1 or 2, so I'm just gonna do triple dynamites again. Okay, I could disable the water, but I want to see the water fall down. Yeah, just like that. Oh my god, that is amazing. And if we go underwater, yup, that's just gonna go off the map. Oh god, is that gonna contaminate this area? I hope it doesn't. Yeah, the water is still down here, and my farm is still alive. So I think I just got saved by like a single block of dirt over here. Oh my god, that would have been an amazing gotcha moment for the map maker. I'm addressing you, Mr. Map Maker. I'm addressing you directly. What you gonna do about it? What are we short on? Are we like missing beets or radishes? We're missing both. Like we have almost no beets as well. Is it because these guys are eating all the radishes? I'm sure that's the problem. All right, cycle number 9 is done. We have a new water source activating in 11 days, which is going to be this one, the one that I just contaminated. Yeah, oops. We're going to be able to harvest the water from literally over here. That's not a problem. Yeah, this unstable core, as expected, is going to be blowing up our stuff once more. And a bad water source is going to activate over here. Where is it going to go? Oh. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, that has potential to wreck absolutely everything. This is the water source that's activating, and this is the bad water source that's activating, right? Is this water source also connected to some other place? Oh, this is a puzzle. This is a puzzle over here. All right. This bad water is going to flow this way. But this, I believe, is like a red herring or something. Yeah, because as soon as it gets this high, it's going to start flowing this way, which means it's also going to end up over here, which means it's going to end up back here and then go off. Except, yeah, this place. It's going to mix in with the water from that source, contaminate this area as well. Oh, this is all going to get contaminated. Oh no, it's going to destroy all of my farms. No, we cannot have that. We cannot have that. We need to divert this, and there's no other option. How are we going to divert it? Yeah, there is no way I can get the water this high without sealing all of these, okay? So I think we just go down here and do it this way, because it's going to spawn in and it's going to have no way to go except this place. And if we just come down here, then there's nothing. So our next expedition is going to be coming over here and digging a tunnel all the way through to the other side, except we don't have tunnels. Yeah, this is going to be a fun run, and I'm going to see you guys next time once more. Bye!